Hello, and welcome to your next lesson. Today, we will be discussing your printing options for your Excel file. Here's where you will decide what you would like to print. Excel would allow you to print the entire workbook, the worksheet, or just specific areas of the sheet, which is especially important when you're working with a large amount of data. We will review this information and provide some pre-printing tips. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this lesson. Okay, so here we are on our spreadsheet, and I have a large amount of data for us to work with. Before we get started on our printing options, I would like to give you some pre-printing tips. As a rule of thumb, when printing in Excel, always check your page layout and print preview to help you identify any changes that are necessary before printing your document. Be sure that your margins and page breaks are set to what you would like them to be in your final printout. And finally, always print in black and white or grayscale whenever possible to save your color cartridges. You can also check out the videos that is included with this program on page breaks, margins, and print preview. And with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at our options. Okay, so now let's begin by going File. Let's go Print. And let's look at how we will print this entire workbook. Let's go ahead and get the drop down for Settings. And here you will see the options for Print Active Sheet, which is your default. You have Print Entire Workbook or Print Selection. Let's go ahead and say Print Entire Workbook. So now what I would like to point out as we scroll through the print preview is just how unprepared this document is ready for printing. And as we scroll through some of the information, you'll see page breaks are off, you see margins are off, and you see a lot of adjustments that need to be made. This is why it's really important to check your print previews prior to printing, especially when printing a large amount of data, because that will create a lot of wasted time, a lot of wasted paper, and a lot of wasted ink. So take the time out to make sure that you check your settings before you send your document to print. Okay, so now let's take a look at how we will print our active sheet. So just where you found your drop down for print the entire workbook, let's go ahead and get the drop down for Print Active Sheet. Okay, so as you see, it pulls up my document to print. It is currently 18 pages long. And again, this is the reason why you want to make sure that you are following the printing tips, especially when working with a large amount of content. Okay, so finally, I want to go ahead and show you how you can set a print area. Let's hit our back button. Now I would like to begin by selecting cell A1. Let's drag it over to E1 and let's just drag it down to E19. Okay. So now let's go up to the page layout. Let's go to the page setup, and where you see the icon that says print area, let's go ahead and get the drop down and let's say set print area. Okay. So now I would like to look at our print preview. Let's go ahead and say File, say Print. And now as you can see, your large document is reduced down to a specific area for printing, and it's only on one page. Okay, so now that you have decided on your printing area or your active sheet, and you have adjusted your page breaks and your margins, you're now ready to print. So from here, you would just go ahead and hit the print button. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the lesson. I hope you found this information helpful today, and I will see you in the next video.
So that wraps up this lesson from Microsoft Excel. I hope that you are getting the most out of these level up lessons. Please do let us know if you have questions or concerns. Take a break if you need to, and we will see you in the next video.